For starters, Toto Wolff has a net worth of $500 million. However, Wolff's road to greatness both on and off the track was not easy. In his 9th year with Mercedes, he has 8 constructors' titles and 7 drivers' titles to his name. With the amount he's worth, you have to wonder how he got all that after starting from nothing. Well, say no more as we delve into Mercedes CEO Toto Wolff's success story. It's uncommon to see players who are not wealthy in Formula One's mad money hole. When cars cost hundreds of millions of dollars to build, money speaks louder than words. However, a few individuals can construct their route to Formula One despite all odds. Toto Wolff is one such individual. His family struggled financially after his father died of brain cancer while he was young. After his father died, he was forced to leave private school at 12. Wolff grew up learning to be self-sufficient and a leader. He realized that opportunities would not come to him, he would have to create them. This tenacity allowed him the courage to establish his path. He started his first business as a self-made entrepreneur as a youngster. What was the concept? In his hometown of Vienna, Austria, he sold candles at anti-racism marches. Although it was not his most profitable enterprise, it taught the young Austrian vital lessons about marketing a product and giving it value. Toto Wolff began his motorsport career in the Austrian Formula Ford Championship in 1992. Then moved on to the German Formula Ford Championship in 1993 and 1994. He won the 24 Hours of Nürburgring in his class in 1994 and finished 6th in the FIA GT Championship NGT category in 2002, winning 1 race. In 2003, he moved to the Italian GT Championship, winning a race with the Lorenzo Case in 2004 while competing in the FIA GT Championship with Karl Wendlinger. Wolff finished 2nd in the 2006 Austrian Rally Championship and 1st in the 2006 Dubai 24 Hour. He also taught at the Walter Lechner Racing School and set a lap record in a Porsche RSR on the Nürburgring at Nordschleife in 2009. And now, Wolff is also the general manager of the Mercedes EQ Formula E team. He chose to return to school rather than continue his racing career. As a result, he enrolled at Vienna University to study economics, but he later dropped college to pursue an internship with an investment bank. Wolff then learned the ins and outs of business while working several jobs. His next move, though, was his biggest triumph yet. He traveled to San Francisco during the height of the tech bubble in order to get in on more opportunities. Wolff's goals were finally becoming a reality after many profitable investments. In 1998, he founded his own venture financing business, March 15. Because the company was so successful, he was able to open a second in 2004. Wolff was in a much better position for success now, thanks to the resources he now possessed. Nonetheless, after witnessing the aftermath of the dot-com bust, he was wary about investing in technology. As a result, he directed his capital towards his passion, motorsport. Toto Wolff joined the board of directors of the Williams Formula One team in 2009 after purchasing a part in the team. In 2012, he was named executive director of Williams F1. The team won its last race with Pastor Maldonado at the Spanish Grand Prix that year. Wolff departed Williams F1 in January 2013 to become executive director of the Mercedes MG Petronas Formula One team, with business partner René Berger becoming a non-executive director. In addition to joining the team as a managing partner, he purchased 30% of Mercedes-Benz Grand Prix Limited, with Niki Lauda owning 10% and the parent corporation owning the remaining 60%. Wolff assumed leadership for all Mercedes-Benz motorsport efforts, a position formerly held by Norbert Haug. He sold 2/3 of his Williams stock to American businessman Brad Hollinger in 2014. He also sold his remaining interests in the Williams team on March 9, 2016. As co-owner of both Williams F1, where his wife Susie worked as a test driver until November 2015, and Mercedes Grand Prix, Wolff achieved numerous podiums and successes for both teams, including a 1-2-3-4 finish in his home race of Spielberg, Austria, as well as a 1-2-3-4 finish in both qualifying and race classifications at Monza, Italy. Wolff received a call in 2012 that eventually placed him in the position he had sought for over 15 years, Mercedes. He would possess 30% of the corporation if selected as executive director. So following the death of the late and great Niki Lauda, Wolff now controls 33% of Mercedes. In 2021, his yearly salary base was $26 million. His annual earnings were $41.6 million, including a $10 million championship award and a $5.6 million podium bonus. Wolff's contract expires at the end of this year. and it would be foolish not to keep him close, given that he's one of the main reasons for Mercedes' dominance. Toto Wolff established investment firms March 15, 1998 and March 16, 2004, which initially focused on investments in internet and technology companies. He is focused on strategic investments in medium-sized industrial and publicly traded firms since 2003. Wolff purchased a 49% share in the German HWA AG in 2006 and listed the firm on the public market in 2007. The business managed Mercedes-Benz Tourenwagen Masters race program, building F3 engines and the Gullwing Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG GT3 racing vehicle. BRR Rally Racing, one of Europe's major rally component retailers, was another investment. Wolff also co-owns a sports management firm with former F1 driver Mika Häkkinen and has worked with racing drivers such as Bruno Spengler, Alexandra Primat and Valtteri Bottas. He made a financial interest in Aston Martin Lagonda Global Holdings plc in April 2020, diluting later to less than 1%. This acquisition does not affect Wolff's partnership or operational position with Mercedes. He owned a 5% share in Williams F1 in June 2020, which was sold as part of Doralton Capital's purchase of Williams. In August 2021, the tabloid Le Journal de Montreal wrongly suggested that Toto Wolff and Aston Martin F1 chief Lawrence Stroll were involved in insider dealing concerning Aston Martin shares, which Wolff refuted in remarks made to the same newspaper. This claim was proven false when the BaFin in Germany and the FCA in the United Kingdom both confirmed that there was no proof of misconduct. Toto Wolff is also a director and CEO of the Mercedes EQ Formula E team. He occasionally attends Formula E races. His wife, Susie Wolff, was in Berlin in August 2021 when Mercedes won both the drivers' and teams' championships in Formula E, in a race won by Venturi driver Norman Nato, where she became the first female team principal to stand on the podium at a World Championship motor race. The Wolffs led their respective teams to first and second place in the Formula E Drivers' Championships, with Venturi driver Edo Mortara finishing second. Wolff is the vice chairman of the Mary Bendit Foundation, established in remembrance of a high school buddy who served as a role model for a generation of friends. The foundation's goals are to better the lives of poor children. With a net worth of $500 million, you can bet that he lives a luxurious lifestyle. He owns several luxury cars, including a Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, a 1957 Mercedes-Benz 300, a Mercedes-AMG GTR, a Mercedes-AMG GT, Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, Mercedes-Benz GLC, Mercedes X-Class, a Mercedes G-Class, a Mercedes C-Class, a Bugatti Veyron and a Maserati. To summarize, whereas Wolff was formerly best known to interested parties as a motorsport contender, he became a very competent businessman. Look no further than these two examples for evidence. For starters, Mercedes approached him rather than the other way around. 2. He has subsequently elevated Mercedes to the top of the racing world. It is likely to assume that a significant portion of Wolff's riches may somehow be linked back to motorsports. He didn't originate from a very wealthy family, therefore, at least some of his initial cash likely came from his racing career. Nowadays, Wolff continues to benefit financially from his involvement in motorsports. It has been said that he receives annual compensation of $26 million because of his position in the team. Moreover, his stake in the team means that its success directly affects his wealth. It will be interesting to see how else Wolff's net worth will change in the times to come, seeing as he's an intelligent businessman who would most likely come up with something new soon. Seeing Wolff go from grass to grace, do you think he still has the capacity to increase his net worth? Comment below.